Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here. I've been kind of like dipping in X and Y. I'm like past the second gen for those who even care. But this video wasn't even about that. What this video was about is something a lot of you probably didn't even know I was watching. Second season of Monogatari. I caught up, I think, last week. I watched like the newest episode that aired on Crunchyroll, and then I went and watched everything in between. Watched everything past that, which the next episode after that is a fucking recap episode. So I kind of like skimmed through that, and then after that I just went into the Sengoku arc, which by far, ironically, is the darkest arc. Especially because it's pretty much the ending of the anime without actually being the ending of the anime. See, here's the thing. And this is a reaction. That's what this is. This is a reaction episode. What was it 15? Yeah, 15. I haven't spoiled myself in the light novel, so I don't know how this ends. But the way it looks like, I did read the one spoiler I was afraid of ever since I saw, because episode 14, if anyone didn't know, ends in a way that makes you go, he actually might kill Sengoku at the end of this arc. That's what I was thinking. Granted, that still can possibly happen, because technically Sengoku's arc hasn't ended. It's just more postponed. And I guess what bothers me the most about Sengoku's arc is that it's one of those. It's kind of like Hanekawa's arc, in which she has to deal with herself. The problem is that Sengoku is in this fucked up mind state right now where she's not necessarily. What's the word for it? She's not necessarily. How do I describe this? She's pretty much lost her fucking mind. That's the best way to describe it. Sengoku went from that Oni-chan status to crazy bitch status, which out of all the characters she would be the one to do that, because I like how it follows that trope of, oh, it's always the nice girls who are the crazy ones, it's the shy cute ones that are fucking crazy, because Sengoku lost her fucking mind. The revelation we even get in this episode was just fucking ridiculous. It's like, essentially, you found out that Senjohara was dating Aragi. Then you just happen to meet Oshino's, I think, niece. And then from there, you have formulated a justification to become a god and kill everyone. Well, not even everyone. It's particularly just Aragi, Senjohara, and Shinobu. But not in that order, granted. And Senjohara, being the type of chick she is, this arc leads into hers, because when I was looking, like as I said, I looked up like the wiki last weekend just to see if she would die. Granted, this arc doesn't really tell me if she dies. It just more of because the wiki just kind of says, gives me a bullshit. Like I just pretty much looked at her wiki profile, and I was looking to see if it said deceased. If it didn't say deceased, I didn't fucking worry about it. But I did happen upon realizing that there's like 2 other arcs for this season, which would be Saruga's and Senjohara's. I know Saruga's, I don't know really anything about Saruga's except for that at the end game it's not going to really do anything. It's probably, Saruga's arc probably takes place the same time as Hanekawa's arc, especially because it's mentioned as if it's going to take place during that arc. But I saw Senjohara had an arc, and I was like, why the fuck does Senjohara need an arc? For the most part, she's already, because it seems like this entire season is about the characters actually changing, specifically the female characters changing. Like, so far we've had Hanekawa, a lot of people would say Mayoi, but I don't count that. It's more of Shinobu than anything. And then Nadeshiko, or Nadeko, or Sengoku, whatever name you want to call her. And so Saruga would make sense, but it's like Senjohara changed after the first fucking season. So why did you need another arc? This episode pretty much tells you why she gets an arc later, which is pretty much the deal she made with Sengoku, which then leads into, I don't know what actually. Senjohara's been one of those characters who's like perfectly neutral. Like, she's that type of character who gets away, who can bluff her way to oblivion without actually doing anything, which really makes you question whether she can do something at all. Because I think out of all the characters, she's the only one who doesn't have like either an apparition with her, or yeah, she doesn't have an apparition with her, or she doesn't have some ridiculous skill to begin with. Granted, well, that's a lie. Fucking scissors and appliances she can pull out of nowhere and hurt somebody with. But I guess this arc is kind of fucking with me because it's like Nadeshiko of all characters. I figured if anything, this would just be an arc kind of pushing Nadeshiko to become a stronger character, to become a real person, and stop playing, and stop putting herself in this position of being afraid of anything. Like, I guess the best way to describe it is pretty much that whole, because the whole thing about this arc is that I think with Shinobu and probably Senju Hada kept bringing up the fact that she's like she's a cute girl that has nothing going for her except she's a cute victim. That's what she has going for her. She's like the Jessica Rabbit of things. Nothing's really there, but she's cute and she needs help, and that's what kind of sells her as a character. And I figured it was going to be something more pushing on that, which is what it was until you got to this episode and you realized, no, she's just fucking jealous. That's really all it is. She is jealous, and she just happened to get her hands onto it. She was having to be told about something that allowed her to get the ability to become a god. And then afterwards, and now that she's a god and she's pretty much insane, she wants to kill Aragi, Shinobu, and Senju just because she's in love with Aragi. Which I really wish this kind of went more into the whole questioning why she was in love with him in the first place. Which, I mean, it's not like it doesn't bring it up, but I'm just kind of like, you could have, I don't know, maybe during Senju Hada's arc, it might be the same thing with Mayoi Hakafuji's, where they say it's about Mayoi Hakafuji, but it's more of she's the catalyst, whereas the arc is actually really about Shinobu, which is what it feels like to me. I'm not saying none of it's about Mayoi, but that arc really felt more towards Shinobu than anything, and how far Shinobu would have fallen simply if Aragi hadn't came for her that night. That, to me, that's what that arc feels more like than anything else. Whereas, because I can't see it being a Hitagi arc. Like, I can't see Senju Hada changing anyway or having any need to change. Then again, the Monogatari series has never been known for something simple and straightforward. Usually it takes a whole bunch of twists and turns to give you a simple answer. That's usually how this series works. You get a whole bunch of like the fucking Hanekawa shit was all over the fucking place, but at the very root of it all, it just bordered down to Hanekawa not being able to accept herself as a whole and only accepting certain parts of herself and casting away parts of herself that she felt like she didn't need. I guess the best way to describe it is that Hanekawa didn't love herself. But like with Sengoku, I don't know how this is gonna work. It's like her jealousy and her envy seems more like a cop-out to not accept the fact that she didn't do anything, yet she gets mad when she loses her chance. Which I hopefully will be addressed. Granted, I have a feeling at the end of this either Sengoku's going to die or Shinobu, Hitagi, and Aragi are going to die. And I can tell this, and I know I haven't read the light novels, obviously. Because I either made a video or I freaked out about it last week, where I was like, someone's probably gonna die. And granted, it's not like I don't still think that. I might after this video, I might even go not look up the entire arc, but look up to see if she's dead. Cause like my mind just wants me to believe. I mean, it's not like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't even know how I feel right now. Especially because I don't know if this is, they're probably going to do another fucking recap, and then they're going to go into Saruga's arc, and then they'll probably do another fucking recap. No. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Because they finished Hanekawa's arc, did a recap, went to Mayoi's arc, did a recap, and then they're going through Nadeshiko's arc, which is probably going to be another fucking recap. And then they're going to run through Saruga's arc. But if this anime is supposed to be, 24 episodes? That means, at the very least, Saruga's arc must not be that long. And neither must fucking actually Senju Hada's. I don't fucking know. I don't know, this season has fucked me up royally mentally. Because it's like I didn't mind Hanekawa's and Shinobu's was fine. And then you get the Nadeshiko's and I'm like, good God, why did this get dark? Like really, like disturbingly dark. And a lot of people, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But then again, her arc was like that in the first series. Where it's like, And I guess when I say dark, I guess I should specify, because it's not like the other arcs aren't dark, but it's more of Sengoku's is like disturbingly dark, I guess is the best way to describe it. Like Saruga's situation was fucked up, but once again it boiled down to her just being jealous of Aragi. Or just being jealous of anyone near Sengoku, which just happened to be Aragi at the time. Nadeshiko's arc, is incomplete as I feel like it kind of is the arc that pretty much tells you that Aragi, you need to stop this fucking shonen I need to save everybody thing. Because he didn't even fully save Nadeshiko at that arc. I mean, one of the snakes got away, which led into... Well, actually, we don't know what that led into, but we know it may have had something to do with this. Technically, that entire section is what kind of... Because the way that he explained... The way Mr... What's his name? Kubachawa, I believe is how you pronounce his name? Well, technically it's just Sengoku Psyche, explains to her, is that you pretty much took your past experiences and fabricated this ridiculous story, which is pretty much what her arc is. It's her ridiculous justification, or her ridiculous reasoning behind doing what she does. But at the end of it all, what it really boiled down to was, and she even says it, is that she turns into a god. That's the only thing you really need to know. Is that she's going to kill the three main characters in 6 months, and then she turned into a god. But she came up with this really bullshit way of doing it, because once again, she didn't want to just do it. She had to mentally trick herself because she didn't want to deal with the reality of the fact that she's doing this because she's jealous of Sengoku dating Aragi, which is fucking ridiculous. That just kills me. And that's every arc in the series. It's just like every arc in the series has this really elaborate way of doing things, but it really boils down to the most simplest of answers. It was just kind of like Sengoku just didn't want to deal with the issues with her mother. Mayoi, same thing. It was just simply she didn't deal with the issues with her mom. She didn't do what she wanted to do. And then it was like Saruga, jealousy. Actually, which is kind of ironic now. She was jealous of anyone being with Aragi. Being with Sengoku, because she couldn't have her. That whole blind wish is the bullshit. And Hanekawa, it was just the fact that she couldn't accept herself. It's like they're all simple reasonings behind their actions, but it's like, I don't fucking know, man. I went from like just normally enjoying this series to like Nadeshiko just being like, this is fucking depressing. I know a lot of people loved last week's just because she got all tsundere and shit on me, but it's like, that's not... I don't want it to be where it's like Nadeshiko's true personality just happens to be tsundere. I think her true personality is a mix of probably that and... I don't know. I don't fucking know. It mind-fucked me. I'm mind-fucked right now. I'm not really thinking clearly. I may have said some shit that doesn't make sense right now. Just know if you watch this fucking episode... if you don't watch, there's no point in saying that now. It's a reaction video. If you're watching this, you've already seen it. I don't fucking know. It mind fucked me. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to Sengoku's arc. I'll tell you that much, because I know what it's pretty much going to be. The ending of this, and seeing if this goes the way she wants it to. Because as I said, this is bordering down on the simple fact that she's jealous. She's jealous of Aragi having a girlfriend and it not being her. It kind of ruins, I guess in a sense, it may not even be that. It might just because it's ruining a lie in her mind. It's ruining the fact that she can't have this fake relationship that I think she's just trying to have. Because it's easier for her to live life this way instead of actually just becoming a normal person. As I said, any way you can cop out in life, you'll do it. Because it's the easy way of doing things. The hard way is actually truly living life. And people don't want to fucking do that. The real world is scary as shit. Which is what this might come down to. Is that it's not that she necessarily loves Aragi. It's just that Aragi was her way of escaping and Sengoku took that away from her. That might be what it is. Hanekawa, you could kind of say legitimately likes Aragi. Which, by the way, we still don't know how she acts now. Considering everything, she's truly herself now. I don't fucking know. Thoughts in the comments, comment section below. I'm going to go watch Magi Season 2, Episode 2. I need to watch that. I also need to watch the wrestling show that's an ecchi, but disguises itself as a wrestling... fuck it. Vlogs again for your boy Terrell. Catch you guys later. Peace off.